This container city sprang up in the middle of Calais' jungle in January. Better than the flimsy tents they replaced, these metal boxes with their bunk beds are home for 1,400 migrants. It's a warm spot on their long journey into exile.
Inside this camp, it is safe. But if you go out of this camp, there is no security.
The camp has been ringed off with high-security ID entries. Access codes, palm recognition biometrics, high fences and video cameras have been used to crack down on the jungle's violence, all controlled by an association, La Vie Active. The state has given it responsibility to manage, and it has chosen safety first.
Imagine
it if there were no fences and there was no system to record people's handprints. There wouldn't be 12 people to a container, there'd be 40. Safety first has a price. La Vie Active and the state are vague on the subject, but admit much of the camp's €23 million budget is eaten up by security. This is a honeypot for Biro, the camp's security company, whose boss admits off camera to employing 15 extra workers on the contract. But that's not all. The neighbourhood needs more patrolling too, and car and lorry parks for British-bound goods need guards. The migrant crisis is certainly creating jobs in Calais, as the president of the nearest local shopkeepers association explains.
Today,
any young person who wants to work and really wants it can go into the job centre for security training, and then after that have a 2 in 3 chance of getting hired. It's true that it's currently the strongest sector in Calais.
C'est vrai que c'est quasiment le meilleur emploi sur Calais actuellement.
It's not only in the north of France that immigrant control is becoming a bankable business opportunity. The container camp's biometric system was dreamed up by a tech firm in a Parisian suburb, and its boss sees boom times ahead for the security industry. I think migratory flows make for a developing market, and it will develop because biometrics is the only technology that can provide foolproof personal identification. I don't know if growth is linked to this surge in migration or that it's associated with the terrorist acts in France. There is growth in demand for security, and we are certainly feeling it. But isn't it dangerous to subcontract the migrant crisis? Claire Rodier is the author of a book, Xenophobia Business, and is furious at its abuses. Private companies do not prioritize the state's best practice targets. They're only interested in profits, and that will automatically impact on the material conditions their charges face, conditions that will degrade, and that we have clearly seen degrade in several countries already. Despite these risks, the EU's handing over more and more of its citizens' security to these companies. Out of the €13 billion invested in the last 15 years on the EU's border and internal security, more than 20% has gone to private firms. Of course, it's all been taxpayers' money.